Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to talk about how to set up your aim sensitivity for Valorant just like some of your favorite streamers or pro players. In order to do that, you're going to have to first set up the DPI setting on your mouse correctly, and then you're also going to have to go into in-game aim sensitivity settings and set that up correctly. Here I have listed, like I said, some of the top streamers slash pro players. That includes Brax, Summit, Mendo, AZK, Stewie, Nothing, Skadoodle, Shroud, Ace, Dizzy, and Heiko. So the DPI mouse setting, for those of you who don't know, that is, as I have said over here, that's dots per inch, or in other words, how sensitive your mouse is. There's usually a physical button if you have a nice gaming mouse. If you press it, a color will change on it, and normally the settings are 400, 800, 1200, or 1600 DPI. A lot of times I see StarCraft 2 players use the 1600 DPI setting, and then first-person shooter players will use the 400 DPI setting. As you can see, most of these players, since it's a first-person shooter, they are using the 400 DPI setting. Now, you do see a couple different ones like 450, 800, and then one crazy one at 1600. That must be really hard to aim, whereas they do make up for it, as you can see, with the in-game aim sensitivity, which is the next thing I want to talk about. After you have your mouse set up physically, or there might be software you can get on your computer to change your mouse sensitivity, then we go to the in-game aim sensitivity. Valorant, when you're going through the tutorial at the very beginning of the game, it's going to show you a spot where you can change your in-game aim sensitivity, or I can just show you in the settings right now. Basically, you're going to change that, and then that also is going to increase or decrease the movement of your mouse, and you'll be able to get it very precise. After you take the in-game aim sensitivity, multiply that by the DPI setting that you put on your mouse, that gives you your effective DPI setting. As you can see, Brax down here is at only 141 effective DPI. That's really low sensitivity. So he's going to be moving like this with his cursor. Whereas Heiko over here is probably going to be going like this, right? Because even though he had the 1600 DPI setting on his mouse, he makes up for it with the in-game aim sensitivity. Calculating this effective DPI setting allows you to view all of these streamers, what they're really moving at, versus trying to kind of guess and check what they're sitting at. If you view any of these streamers on Twitch or Mixer or whatever streaming platform and you want to copy them, my friend Slicks actually went through and did the research, found out what DPI settings they're all using, found out their in-game aim sensitivities, and then listed out their effective DPI settings, multiplied, did the math. If you want, you can copy these exact settings to match your streamer. If you feel like they play really well and you want to mimic them to try get better, just go ahead and feel free to copy and paste this over to your gaming setup. And one other quick thing I want to point out is I'm sitting at the 400 DPI setting, and then I'm at about 0.55 setting for in-game mouse sensitivity. So I'm sitting around where Mendo and Summit are at right now. As you can see, 188 and 247. This is going to be very slow for you if you're at one of these higher mouse DPI settings. It's going to feel like too slow for you to even handle. But I will say this, I made the change because I used to play StarCraft 2. I used to be sitting at the 1600 or 1200 DPI setting, and I went to 400 like straight away. I just made the switch after my friend Slicks told me about this. When I made the switch, it sucked, but then I got used to it. Now I won't go back to the faster mouse sensitivity settings because it's just so much more effective for aiming. Your shots are so much more accurate, and then multiple shots are more precise. You have so much more control, and I love it. If you have any questions at all, please post them in the comment section. Subscribe for more. Leave a like if you found this video to be helpful or enjoyable, and I'll see you all in the next one.